Hey, so I went back to Prism. Not sure if it just didn't work before because of YouTube. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm walking through my mom's neighborhood, and I'm at the community pool now. And I used to come here a lot when I was a little kid. Not just the community pool, but there's this rock. I'm going to walk over there and show you. This was like a very, very important rock in my childhood. Also, the pool area is open. I can see that it's not locked. There are cameras in there, but we won't do anything bad. Maybe we'll go in and just check it out. But anyway, okay, so when I was a little kid, I used to sneak out of my house a lot, or not even sneak out, necessarily. I did though. And came here. So this is like right around the corner from my mom's house. And there used to be a big tree above this that's not here anymore. But it kind of would hide you a little bit too. And so we would climb up this rock and just like chill at the end of it. And I would do that alone too, not just with friends. Like I had a lot of friends in this neighborhood growing up. And we would come to the rock and hang out. But, and I also, oh my God. One time in this parking lot, I was parked and the neighbors called the cops because we were just like teenagers hanging out and we looked suspicious. So the neighbors called the cops and they searched my friend's car, and thank God we didn't have anything in there. They're like, "Can we search the car?" My friend was like, "Okay, go ahead." She was driving a Mustang at the time, and the cops searched her car and we didn't have anything. But the truth is, I did smoke hella weed there in high school. When I was in high school, I did. And one time my mom caught me. She saw me smoking. Like, my friends were like, "Erica, your mom." And I was like, "Huh?" And like lit the bowl anyway. Because I was stoned. And she saw me. And then later she was like, "I saw you smoking weed." I was like, "Mom, I promise it was the first time." It was definitely not the first time. Okay, I'm in the pool area now, you guys. It closes at like 10. I shouldn't be in here right now. But it's so chill. It's so quiet. I used to come here a lot when I was a kid too to go swimming. I broke my 2 front teeth on the bottom of this pool when I was like in 4th or 5th grade. And my mom had to pay to get them fixed. And I've had them fixed many times. Can't even tell. I wonder what happens if a beaver chips its teeth in the wild. If they can still help build dams. Or if they're like shut out of the society of beavers. Okay, I'm just whispering because I'm paranoid because I really shouldn't be in here. But man, great light in here. Hell yeah, cheers. But it says unstable network connection. By the way, I did get the Wi-Fi password finally when my mom came home. And I took a picture of it too, just in case. So at least I have a connection in my mom's house now. Okay, someone obviously didn't want this to lock. So I'm gonna make sure it's not locked. Yeah, perfect. For the next person. Oh wow, Stream Elements. Oh, it's a bot. Dude, that's what I wanted to do. I want to customize the sounds. So I have to finish. It's reminding me. Cheers, Simple Knot. Hell yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming back. I saw you said goodnight and I was like, fuck, my feet's not fucking working. Yeah, YouTube failed me. What the hell? So now I'm back on the Prism app. Prism app. And it's streaming through YouTube. And for whatever reason, that works better. I don't know why. It's strange. But whatever. It works. I wonder, I'll have to ask AI how YouTube feels about doing a few different streams. Like instead of doing like 1 4-hour stream, you know what I mean? Yeah, unicorn. I'm in San Diego right now, and I'm a little jolly. Dude, I hung out with my dad at the fair today. Thank you. This is a fish song. It's called Sloth, actually. The fish song is called Sloth. Damn it, why does it say transmission is unstable? It was good when I walked over to this spot. Let me see if it goes away. Thank you, that's from the fair today. So I went to the San Diego County Fair with my dad today, and he drove me a little crazy, but I love my dad. It was fun. But yeah, it was a little bit fucking ridiculous, for sure. Oh, man. He just rushed me through the whole place. I was like, I want to look at the art. He's like, I don't like the art. That's an exaggeration. He didn't say that, but yeah. It was basically... Anyway, yes, I'm jolly. This is my 4th drink of the night. I went to Vista earlier where the Boochcraft... it's called like Boochcraftery or something. Boochery? I forget. I took a picture of it. But it was great. It was so awesome. And I had 2 flavors that I'd never had before, and it was so yummy. Yeah, it's a bit in and out. Fuck. Okay, well, at least the audio is decent. That's good. Yeah, I see it says transmission is unstable. That's fucking annoying. Yeah, I mean, I did have a good day. I'm just complaining a little bit. You know what I mean? But it was fine. Sorry, it's really dark right here, but I'm about to get to a lighter spot. I'm walking away from the pool. I just don't want any of those neighbors to call the cops on me. I have trauma from when I was a teenager. Okay. Here we go. We're back in some light. I just came down to hang out with my parents. Yesterday was my mom day, and today was my dad day. My parents have been divorced since I was 14, and they both live in San Diego. My mom's in Poway, and my dad's in Carlsbad. So, and last year I did the San Diego County Fair with my mom. And my mom and I are very, very compatible when it comes to going to events together. I realize even more now after going with my dad. Like, she likes seeing art, you know, and she likes, like, yeah, like reading all the shit about it. And, like, we'll both be like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at that. My dad is like, come on, let's go. We gotta hurry. And I'm like, why? Why are we hurrying? Why? And he's like, don't worry, we'll come back later. And I'm like, what do you mean we'll come back later? No, we won't. Like, we're here now. Oh, there's someone walking. I think it's a kid. He's crossing the other side of the street. I think he's freaked out by me. That's funny. Should I walk? Should I cross the other way? You're the man. Oh, he's going into a house. He's a teenager going into a house, you guys. I think he was outside smoking weed. Oh my God, that's so cute. He had like, I wish I could have shown you guys him. He had like really long hair. And he looks like he's like 15 or 16 years old. Like I could tell he was a kid. So funny. So funny. Story of Ray Yes Year says, you are a man. And then Unicorn says, no, I'm the man. And then story of Ray Yes Year says, this is a dude. And then Unicorn says, we're all dudes here. And Mr. Simple Nut says, she's cool. And then story of Ray Yes Year says, who cares? Mind your business. Story of Ray Yes Year, I'll be whatever you want me to be. If you want me to be a boy, I could be a boy. And if you want me to be a girl, I can be a girl too. I can be whatever you want. I can be whatever you want. Wow. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I better stop doing that. I'm gonna fucking faint on this person's driveway. I'm a dude, she's a dude, he's a dude, and we're all dudes. Okay. Unicorn says, yeah, how are you going to try and hate on people when your name be all yesteryear? That's so funny. Ingrid says, I'm a twat. Oh, story of yes years says, I support ICE. Yikes. Yikes-a-roni. Oof. Unicorn says, nice, a switch. Cherry Tree says, got a good ASMR voice. Oh, yeah. Muafums S11L says, you're turning me on, lady. Ooh. And then Ingrid says, loser fascist. Yeah, that's some metal shit right there. And then Indoor Kid says, did you know the homelessness rates have increased to the point where there's over 1 million homeless now? 8 years ago, the head count in shelters nationwide was 200 to 300K. Oh, shit. And then the GOP are directly putting your mothers and grandfathers on the street, which is probably true, actually. And then, keeps going. At the rate of increase in homelessness, everyone in America will be homeless in less than 10 years. And then Story of Yesteryear says, the poor, the Mexican guys need help to stepping up. And then Unicorn says, if ICE gonna break into the stream to depart yesteryear back to Russia, I'll start supporting them too. And then like pink poop emoji, yes. Okay, and then Rahim Argatur says, hey, hope you're doing well. Can I ask, do you need a video editor? And Story of Yesteryear says, I swear this is awesome. And then Ingrid says, you're not in the Bay, you're like Rhode Island. Giving Rhode Island. And Unicorn says, yes. And then I says, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story vocal time narration of all of your guys' voices. And then, Indoor Kid has replied, says, without empathy, we're regressing as a species. We only evolved when we stopped to take care of the elderly, sick, and injured. And Always His says, stop. And then Indoor Kid says, we are de-evolving as a species. And then Story of Yesteryear says, así my name kanaitanim patikanda now idiotamika. And then Herb says, LMAFO, I'm very entertained right now. And then Indoor Kid says, without empathy, we're going to go instinct. And then Unicorn says, what a story. And then Ooey Hazel says, and then Mr. Simple Nut says, LOL. And then Unicorn says, frankly, your personality is AI story. And then Story of Yesteryear goes, because amazing. Okay, and now I'm moving from those houses because I feel like I was a little loud and I don't want anyone to call the cops on me. So we're walking this way now. Oh, I wish that teenager, no, I'm just kidding. I was going to say, I wish that teenager would sneak back out and hang out with me. Can you imagine if he comes back out? He's like, hey, I actually just caught your live stream. And like, will you be my friend and hang out with me? And then I would be like, actually, kid, I'm like a high school art teacher. And it's weird because I like teach kids your age, but we can be friends. But like, don't become friends with any of my students because you're going to get me fired. And he'd be like, okay, that's cool. Like, we can just be neighborhood friends and, like, walk around the neighborhood late at night without our parents knowing. Be like, okay, that's cool. It's crazy how we still feel like kids, no matter how old we are. Or maybe that's just because I don't have kids. I don't know. But anyway. Oh, Jesus says, my stomach hurts. My stomach hurts. My stomach hurts. Okay, and then story of yesteryear says, I was bullied by Mexicans as a kid now, and I'm a Mexican, and I jeopardize now. And then Sandra Horn says, did you get paid? And then Unicorn says, sounds like they didn't go hard enough on you. And then Mr. Simple Knot says, go to sleep, Story. And then Herb says, you're like the first streamer to like actually like make me like laugh out loud today. And then Story of Yes Year says, you're gonna get paid on that thing, kids. And then Unicorn says, I like the way that the silly voice is just slightly sassy as a side note. Yes. Okay. We did it, you guys. We did it. We did it. We did all the voices, all the things. That was great. That was great. Is it going to keep going? It depends on your chat. You guys, it's like a choose your own adventure. Because I feel like you guys are actually making the story. You're making the story. So the more you say, the more I have to say. So Dirty Deed says, love, 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 love. And then Unicorn says, I agree. And then Story of Yes Year says, will you be my girlfriend? Then Unicorn says, good podcast theater. And then and then Herb says, you made the roofer a valley girl. Yeah. Okay. We're all caught up now. We're all caught up. That's where we were. That's where we're at. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Look at all of us with different beliefs coming together, creating community, bonding, becoming all sorts of characters. We don't have a New Yorker yet. Oh, fuck. The transmission is not good this way. All right, I'm heading back the other direction. I feel like it works better over there. Sorry if I'm freezing. Okay. Story of Yes Year says, I have trouble getting an erection that don't work. Well, that makes sense. I feel like if it did work, you'd have different political beliefs. Sorry, I interrupted the story for my own opinion. Okay, next. Unicorn says, Story, she only dates illegals. Wait, me? Story, she only dates illegals who bully, sadly. Oof. Unicorn says, an interesting choice, but I support it. Oh my God, I heard something, you guys. I heard something. The fuck was that? Blair Witch. It's a Blair Witch. It's a Blair Witch out here, you guys. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Ah. Just kidding. Okay, don't get too dizzy. I don't want to get too dizzy and fall down. Okay. Next. Okay. Where was I? Unicorn says, yeah, I lost you for a sec. Ooh, Wheeze Jesus says, I just subscribed. I loved it. 100. Unicorn says, I reloaded it and you're good now. Tripster, ooh, hey, says, what the helly? And then Story of Yesteryear says, and then the Unicorn says, Story, wait, did you? And Unicorn says, I wouldn't think you'd be the type. And Tripster says, she's wearing those things meant for your drink and her hair for some reason. And then Unicorn says, you're better than that, Story. I'm surprised in you. What would your mother think? And then Chad says, what are your pronouns? There we go. Chad's the New Yorker. Tripster says, be careful out there. Lots of psychos everywhere. Oh no. Oh no. And then Unicorn says, 'cause she's a drink. And Nina Too Nasty. Ooh, Nina Too Nasty. Where have you been all night? Hell yeah. What a screen name. Nina Too Nasty says, Chadley, what's your sister wearing? What is she wearing? Oh. Oh. Was she not dressed up for the ball? Is she Cinderella? Does she need a dress? Well, call the fairy godmother right now, because she needs to call the ball and meet the prince and fall in love, because otherwise her evil stepmom and stepsisters are gonna keep her. You guys, what's happening right now? What's happening right now? Oh, Nina Too Nasty says, LOL. I forgot your accent. What accent did I do for you? LOL. And then Chad Bailey says, LBGT Warriors. And then yours truly, Todd, says, do blue-haired women hate men? And then Unicorn Propaganda says, what does the beaver say, though? The beaver, I think, says wood. Yeah, just like wood. 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 There we go. Wood. Yeah. Wood. Yes. I think that's what all beavers are talking about. I would. Yes. I Wooderson would. Whoa, you guys, there's like a light flashing over there. What the fuck is that? It's flashing as if there's a lit candle. It must be one. It has to be I'm just gonna check. It freaks me out. I'm let's not have a fire going in the neighborhood right now. No, it's not. Okay, they're synchronized. Okay, there's two of them. And they're blinking. They're just, as you know, it's it looked like a candle flame because it's Anyway, there's a lot of fires in San Diego, so just trying to make sure that the neighborhood's safe. That's right. I'm Neighborhood Patrol. If anyone asks, I'm just keeping the neighborhood safe. I'm looking out for trespassers and villains in my mom's neighborhood. No, I haven't lived here in a long time, but it is my permanent address on my ID if anyone asks. That's right. Oh yeah, baby. San Diego, keeping it safe. Okay, I haven't read your comments in a while. Chad says, what do you call a nun with a sex change? A transistor. And then Unicorn says, the beaver likes wood. Into the woods, you. And then Nina Too Nasty goes, that's looking that way. And then Unicorn says, oh no, alien abduction, stream incoming. And Nina Too Nasty still the best screen name ever, says, "This is how the Blair Witch started." And then CD says, "Hi." And Devil says, "I'm intrigued." And then Unicorn says, "Oh, baby babes." Are we all caught up now? Is everyone satisfied? I wonder if I'm driving any of these neighbors crazy. I've been on the same street, just pacing back and forth for a while now. Do you think I should maybe go to a different part of the street? Or should I just stay here? E said Aloha says, "Hi, LB, LOL." And then Nina Too Nasty says, "Like the live." Thank you. Thank you, guys. I like you a lot. You know what? This late night. I wish I could go late night every night because I feel like this is when people are freaky. Like they're open. You know? Yeah, they can definitely hear me inside if their TV is not on. I think so, Herb. I think so. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Who was that girl outside our house?" And or maybe they already know who I am. Maybe they already know. They're like, "Oh fuck, Lady Beaver is back in town. Everyone put in earplugs tonight because she's gonna be walking the streets, making a ruckus and being fucking loud and waking everyone up." Holy shit! Why on a Wednesday would she do this? Because we have to work in the morning. Oh my god! Oh my god! Unicorn says, "I would be curious, a neighbor's perspective, if they just came out to you. They'd be like, 'Who is this homeless lady?' True. Maybe Story is one of them." And Herb says, and then it's me, JB says, "Sup, Herb 2070? I don't remember you from Night House's chat." And then Simp Close says, "Jesus loves you." And then Nina Too Nasty says, "Is this even your neighborhood?" And Unicorn says, "Hump day or night or whatever." And then it's me, JB says, "Yo, yeah." And then Herb says, "Lady Beaver is back in town, got me rolling." And then he says, and then Fitz 1133 says, "She has some something for something. She look like an idiot." And then Hujab says, "You're awesome." And then JB says, and then next, Nina Too Nasty says, "LMAO." And then he says, "LOL." And Nina says, "LOL." And then Unicorn says, "I'm probably going to pass out soon. I be on East Coast night schedule still." And then Wujub says, "Get it." Wait, what's the Batman voice? Let's see. "I am Batman." Right, it has to be like that. Okay. So he says, "Get it with your best Batman voice." And then I feel like that's more Darth Vader, but okay. But then JB says, "And then Lady Beaver said, 'Yo, I'm a beaver.' And then he says, 'You make me sound so ugly.'" And Unicorn says, "Have a good drunken night with Stream Theater." And Herb says, "Remember that time you sang, drank? Oh, remember that time you drank bong water, Jay?" And then Fitz1133 says, "Sadly, She looks like an idiot or mad. Pity. And then Nina Too Nasty says, did you have a beer? How big was it? And E said, LOL. Okay, so I'm drinking my last Boochcraft, a cherry limeade. I've been milking it for a long time, at least the last half an hour. I've been drinking this same drink, and it's like half full. So I'm pacing myself. And It May JB says, how could I forget? And then E says, and David says, hi. So fun. And then Unicorn says, pacing while pacing. That's a good one. I actually like that a lot. And, ooh, Ace says, got it, girl. And then Unicorn says, but yeah, I'm out. Night. And Nina Too Nasty says, cheers, girl. Hell yeah, cheers. Okay, so what are you guys all doing up? Because I'm guessing none of you guys work in the morning, so what's happening for you? He says, David says, can I hear you say hi again? And JB says, this is one of the strangest streams I've seen yet. And Mr. Simple Knot says, cheers! Is it time to tap dance? Is that what time it is? Uh-oh. Section because I feel like that was kind of loud. I just tap dancing in the street. I just tap dance in the street. I just tap dance in the street. Oh my god, I just tap dance in the street. Oh my god, I just tap dance in the street. Oh my god, oh my god. I just tap dance in the street. That was so cool. That was so cool. That was so cool. That was so cool. Oh my god, that was so cool. 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 I just tap danced in the street. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just tap danced. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The cops are coming. The cops are coming. Damn, he was like flying by, right? Like, is it just me or did he go by real fast? Like, where's he coming from? It's after midnight right now. That guy was fucking flying. Did his girlfriend just break up with him after midnight? That poor guy, poor guy, poor guy. MEJB says, I'm going to the gas station. You want anything? And Nina Too Nasty, whoa, says, Hulk smash, Hulk smash, Hulk smash, Hulk smash, Hulk smash. And then he says, what the fuck? And Mr. Simple Nut goes, whoa. And he says, amazing. And then Wujub says, yes, yes, you made the night. Thank you. Run, LOL. And then he says, and then it me JB says, call the police. We got a tap dancing hooligan on the loose. And then footloose. And Dave Green says, nice beaver. And, ooh, Smuggy Smuggerson says, stop doing that, Auntie. And David says, oh, yeah. Stop doing that, Auntie. I think that might be my favorite voice so far. Stop doing that, Auntie. Oh no. Oh no, Auntie. Stop doing that. And then Nina says, look what I can do. I totally got that reference. Stuart, I'm Stuart Smiley. Look what I can do. And then it me JB says, nice beaver. Yeah. Can you pet her? And David says, LOL. And E says, Anita Too Nasty says, how about some swan? Swan? What's swan? Like, ma. 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 I think that's me as a swan. David says, did you have fun at the bar? And it made JB says, hi, Auntie. I've been following you for some time and hiding in your bushes. And Dave says, as long as fluffy and pink. And Wardrobe says, hell yeah. And Nina Chinassi says, Stuart's least favorite sales lady. And MAGB says, LMAO. And Eddie says, morning. And Og says, how many likes to oil up and twerk and terror and despair? I think Og is channeling Stuart Smalley for me. Martin Short's character from SNL, in case you didn't get that reference. Eddie, did you miss my tap dance? It was pretty good. Did anyone here get to see my tap dance? Oh, it me, JB. I don't know why your name's so hard to say, but it's a fucking cool ass rap. Stuart Smalley. You're right. It's Mad TV. I'm getting mixed up. And then who's Martin Short's character? Wait, am I mixed up there? What's Martin Short's character? Who talks like this and then talks like this? Is that Stuart Smiley or is that Mad TV? Because they're two different characters and they have two different voices. Okay, so Stuart Smalley is the Mad TV one. It sounds like. Anyway. David says, are you walking home? And Herb says, damn, YouTube has been too entertaining tonight. The early birds just started chirping here. And Eddie says, ooh, I didn't see it. And JB says, not from SNL. And Ryan Flux says, you should be in bed sleeping. And then Nina Too Nasty says, yes, Mad TV. And then Hujub says, it was amazing. Encore. And then Nina Too Nasty says, that was Stuart's mom. And it sounds like I need to do another tap dance. So let's make that happen for y'all. Dude, I think that was the same guy that zoomed past me earlier. What's he getting? What's he getting? Condoms. What's he getting? Condoms. I'm talking. Uzukalea. Ish modadada. Okalaleyaya. And Eddie says, I bet the neighbors will be at shock seeing this at 1 a.m. in the morning. And Daniel Burton says, if I come to America, can I eat your pussy? I don't know. How much money do you have, Daniel? Can you take me out to dinner every night? Can you teach me? Can you talk to me like a lady? Can you actually keep your dick hard? Because that seems to be the problem for most guys. It's true. Oh. Anyway, Woodjob says, I see myself doing this and getting pulled over. Missile Simplenut says, I love Dot from Mad TV. And WTW says, Damala Beaver, what cack is this? And then going back to the comments, I see Eddie says, no music, sad face. And Nina Too Nasty says, she's stomping roaches for the new people. And WTW says, oh, I already read that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Daniel says, enough to eat your pussy. And yes, I can keep it hard. And we'll go to all you can eat. And Nina Too Nasty says, thank you for getting that Stewart reference. Not many do. Look what I can do. And you're a legend for that. Dude, yeah. Hell yeah. I love sketch comedy. I do sketch comedy. You know that, right? Does everyone know I do sketch comedy here? I am a comedian, just so you know. I do Screwdale. We're called Screwdale. 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 Nina Too Nasty knows. Screwdale. And he goes. And WTW says, Shagma. And then he says, I'm the coolest art teacher ever. And Eddie says, LOL. I've been really enjoying doing the voices tonight, I gotta say. So fun. Eddie, you didn't like the tap dance without the tunes? The tap dance alone wasn't enough? He says, oh my God, this is so funny, you guys. All right, I think it's time for another tap dance. Another tap dance. Maybe the last tap dance of the night. Okay, last tap dance of the night. We got a tap and a tap. Tapping the feet. Stop before the neighbors call the cops on me, for real. Okay. Was that loud? Was I too loud? Was I too loud? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're gonna call the cops on me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Way too loud. Oh my God. 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 WTW says, you should contact Melinda Shrira, aka Mabrook. He would love this short. And Mr. Simple Knot says, crazy good vibes. And Johnny Rocket says, transit tongue. And then David Luke Lucky says, how do you feel after dance? And Smith Licka says, holy mommy. And Johnny Rocket says, transit tongue. Blah, blah. Do you know you sound like that when you talk, Johnny? Blah, blah. That's the way you sound to people. You know? I think you might need speech therapy. And it's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Both my sisters, actually, no, just my youngest sister needed speech therapy. And she was like in a lot of denial about it. And she still swears to this day that it never happened. No, both my sisters, no, I was wrong. Both my sisters did speech therapy. My sister Megan couldn't pronounce her S's. And she had a speech therapist that made her say, she slit the sheets she slit, and on the slitted sheets she sat. And she had to practice that because she couldn't take her S's. She said her S's like this. So like, I slit the sheet, I slit the flat, and on the little sleeve she sat. And that's the way my sister sounded until speech therapy. So there's no shame. There's no shame in getting help for your problem. Okay? There's no shame. And then you says, and then 2S7A, 2M7 says, that's what it says. It actually says, and he says, that's it. And then David Luke Lucky says, you drunk? And then Smith Letica says, I love your personality so much. You're an authentic girl. And David says, have fun. And I'm listening. And he says, LOL. And TS says, ableist. And then Eddie says, Jesus emoji. And then Who Judd says, suffering succotash. And Dave Luke says, dumb. And then 2S says, D. And David says, how drunk are you? Honestly, I've been pacing myself pretty evenly throughout the night. Am I drunk? I'm definitely a little jolly, but I wouldn't say I'm drunk. I've been drinking the same drink the last 48 minutes. So it's been a while. I definitely was more drunk when I started this, but I feel like I've actually been sobering up. I have a few sips left. Maybe I can chase the drunk. Maybe. Oh, Johnny, do you want me to be trans for you? I can be whatever you want. If you want me to wear a strap-on and do in the booty, just ask nice, okay? Just ask me nicely. Just ask me nicely. And I can pretend to be I can pretend to be a guy for you. I'll do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. All right, and Smith says, that's exactly how I said. And then he says, LB. And David says, is it? And then Eddie says, where's everyone from in the chat? And then TS says, oh my, eggplant emoji. I don't mind a little pegging. And Daniel Burton says, I'm still wanking looking for you. Can I lick your bumhole? And then Mr. Simple Knot says, Arizona. And Eddie says, cool. I have to say, I think the late night streams, there's something that happens, like a wall is broken down or something. And like everything is more real. You know what I mean? Daniel says, do you like dick? And then in parentheses, he didn't say this, but I know he means it. As much as I do. And then 2S says, LOL, that is how I said it. Peg me into it, falls out. LOL. And then Deacon says, go comb your damn hair. Are you my dead grandma? Because that sounds exactly like her. And then Daniel says, it's late night for you. In England, it's 9:30 a.m. And John Roberts says, hi, Lady Beaver. I'm from Wyoming. Cowboy. Cool. I like Wyoming. It's gorgeous there, actually. I've only driven through once. When I moved from New York, I went to Pratt, and I graduated in 2010. No, 2008. Sorry, my bad. 2008 from Pratt, and I drove cross country, and I drove through Wyoming, and it was fucking gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. TS says, howdy. And Smith says, so tell your amo quesadillas and tequila. And Robert says, howdy. And Daniel says, nipple twisting, ass licking, clitty flicking. And Eddie says, Daniel Burton, FY9YH, Drew. And John says, oh, that's cool. And Devil says, oh, ow. And then Ian says, Beaver. Yeah. I'm being so loud, you guys. Oh my God, the cops. The cops are gonna come. I better run away. I better run this way. I can't run too fast because I don't want to spill my drink. But I'm gonna run this way. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh shit. The cops. The cops are after me. Oh my God. Oh my God. What am I gonna do? Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. The cops are after me. The cops. The cops. The cops are after me. The cops. The cops are after me. You guys. Oh my God. The cops. The cops. Eddie says, where's the pet beaver gone? And Smith says, I'm going to try to say this in the best Latin accent I can, which is not good. Hold on, where'd it go? Oh no, this is bad. I shouldn't have set it up. Oh shit, I can't even do it. I can't do. Why can't I do the Latin accent? I'm authentic Latin king. So cut. That was not Latin, sorry. And TS says, yes, I'll pay until you fall asleep. Now open up wine. And Daniel says, let's see some muff. And Hujab says, whoa, run. And John Roberts says, run, Forrest, run. And At says, hey, boo. And Smith says, kid. And Hujab says, tuck and roll like you're on fire. And Smith says, LOL. And then 2S says, yas, slay, queen. Oh, man, you got to love the burbs in San Diego. You can get away with a lot more here. I can't do this in LA, that's for sure. There'll be like 50 people outside at this time just like fucking with me. Being like, what are you doing in the middle of the street? Like, I'm literally in the middle of the street right now, drinking. Yeah, in public. I'm drinking in the street in public. Oh my God, you guys, the cops. Oh fuck. I think they heard me this time. I think they're really coming. Oh shit. Oh God, we better get out of here. Oh shit. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna arrest me? Don't arrest me, please. I was just having fun. It's my summer break. I'm just a teacher trying to have fun. I'm just a teacher trying to have fun. Just let me have some fun. Okay, and then Mr. Simple Nut says, ooh! And then John says, ooh! And then John says, all jacked up on Mountain Dew. And then Apog says, crazy. And John says, furry handcuffs, poop. And then Taylor says, you man. And then 2S says, isn't there anything I can do? Get off the hook, officer. Oh, officer, isn't there anything I can do? Oh. And Dixon says, eat my booty like a tangerine. Dude, that should be a song. Eat my booty like a tangerine. I feel like this is a funk song. Eat my booty like a tangerine. Eat my booty like a tangerine. Oh, so juicy, so juicy, eat my booty like a tangerine. Oh, ba dee ba ba oh, ba dee ba eat my booty like a tangerine. Ow, daddy ba do, chicka ow, ow, chicka chicka choo. Eat my booty like a tangerine. Ow, ow, eat my booty like a tangerine. Yo, the tangerine booty song, dude. I'm gonna get rich off that shit. I'm gonna get rich. And then this bitch is gonna try to sue me and be like, but I invented that in her live. I really did, I swear. You can go back and look. I said, eat her booty like a tangerine. I swear to God, I said it first. I'll be like, like I wrote that song. I don't know what you're talking about. I totally invented that. You had nothing to do with it. And you'll be like, I'm gonna sue you. There's a live. I can find it on YouTube. And then they're gonna present this video in court and they're gonna see me tap dancing on the street in front of my mom's house, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm gonna be like, I was just a teacher on summer break. Please don't arrest me. I'm sorry. And then hold on, I'm going back in the chat. I missed a bunch of comments. And then John says, and Tay says, let's sing the Cyndi Lauper song from the Goonies. And Dixon says, and Tay says, I'ma eat your booty like a damn grapefruit. And then Mr. Simple Nut says, the tangerine booty song. And then Bill Barcher says, what the hell? And then John Roberts says, what if your booty has gas? And then Tia says, freeze, criminal scan, hand over the brew. And then Demo says, I would gladly. And Dixon says, yes, I need a cut. And then Tay says, love the umbrella in the hair. And Eddie says, bad boys, bad boys. Oh, I have to do an English accent for you. I just realized. Okay. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the police come after you? And then Smith says, shout 3 times, I'm the queen of the world! I'm the queen of the world! I'm the queen of the world! And then New Good First says, I would like to eat the tangerine. And then TS says, oopsies. I think that's it. I think we're all caught up now in the chat. I think we're all caught up. Okay, now that we're all caught up, let's go. Let's go. We gotta get out of here. All these people know that I've been tap dancing around their yards all night. They all know that I'm just outside their house, being a derelict, causing a mischief. I'm just causing mischief. No one would ever know that I'm actually a high school art teacher on summer break. This is what we do because we have nothing going on in the summer. Nothing is happening. And so I'm just here in my mom's neighborhood, visiting my mom on summer break, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. What is happening? What's happening with me? What's happening with you? We don't know. We don't know what's going on. And so that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay? Don't tell anybody. Don't get me arrested. What? Shh. You guys are being too loud. Stop being so loud. They're gonna hear you. Stop being so loud. The neighbors are going to hear you. Shh. Stop being so loud. Are you trying to get me in trouble? Are you trying to get me in trouble? How could you betray me like this? How could you betray me like this? Oh my god. Okay, I better drink some more. Peacemaker says, dude, you're a psycho. Here, I have to go back in the chat. Hold on, I missed a bunch. Hold on. Okay, Peacemaker. He's the first one to lead the new chat I haven't read. And he says, drugs. And then Dixon says, I want to see the neighbor's face. And then Taylor says, where are you live? And how the fuck do I get what you're drinking? And then Tay says, where do you live? Oh no, I already just read that. And then TS says, good shit. Help. Someone call the cops. And then Smith says, she is the best person in the world. And then Woodjob says, round two. And then Eddie says, LOL. And it's hard to say that in a British accent. LOL. 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 No, I don't know. And then Peacemaker says, you're a teacher? What the fuck? And then Tay says, I wish you were my teacher. And John says, I agree, Smith, 100. And then DS says, I'm publicly intoxicated. Arrest me. And then Peacemaker dude says, dude, you're a psycho. And Taylor says, boop, boop. And Dragon Dude says, hi. And Tay says, you're adorable, honestly. And then CZR says, hi. And wow. Hey there. And TS says, oh my God, is your ass tunnel? Oh, sorry. Oh my God, your ass tunnel is so deep. TS, it just keeps going. And then At says, hey mom. And then TS says, oh, there are my kids. And then your Rez says, shout out to Dixon Mays. And then Smith Letica says, yes, John, people choose the happy side of life. Stars. Yeah, and that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And this is where you guys decide the story. You decide what happens. It's like a choose your own adventure novel. Because if you don't talk, I have no story. And I just have to make shit up, which, you know what? I'm actually, oh my God. I think, you guys, I think I'm talented. Oh my God, you guys. I think I might be talented and beautiful. Am I talented and beautiful? I think so. Oh, wow. I like all those emojis. Who's, oh, those are all from TS. Thank you so much for subbing. That's so nice. That's so nice. Okay, wow. A lot of people are saying stuff. Okay. Where were we? Tay says, do you paint your toes? LOL. Oh wait, that's someone else. Hujub says, I just fell in love. And Arline says, blah, blah, blah. And then Smith says, and then Jay Werther says, turn to page 69. And then John says, that's so true, Smith. And then Tay says, anyone see the movie Creep? And then TS says, I subbed. Good night. Doggy, wolf, bear, polar bear. Oh my God, why is it hard? Koala, panda, hamster, mouse, horse. Wow, this is going to take me a long time. Unicorn, warthog, pig, pig nose, pig, cow, fox, rabbit, moose, dragon, gecko, dragon, dinosaur, turtle, alligator, pool, other dog, mouse, bunny, frog, snake, dog, they're like a helper dog, and then a pig, mouse, cow. I think these are too many to read. Okay, and dot. Fish, lobster, fish, squid. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I really don't know what the hell that is. Bubbles, octopus, spider. Tay says, I'm there, and this girl is amazing. And then John says, ooh. And then Certified says, good morning, everyone. And then Andy says, what the hell you doing? And Tay says, if you had a super chat, I'd bless you. And then John says, good morning, Certified. And then Dirty says, like, and then Tay says, that Chinese shit you just did got me good, LMAO. And then Daniel Burton says, I'd love to sniff your snatch. And then Hujub says, both creeps, great movies. And John says, I didn't see that movie. And then Daniel says, would you let me flick your clit with my tongue? And Hujub says, a squirrel! Explanation point. And Drag says, Pomomoji's ascropic just a volcano volcanisnosis. And then Daniel says, come on my face, then slap me. And Tia says, skippy deep deep bop yap dap 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 bop bop. And then Taylor says, love you, Bill. And Tia says, okay, now actually me asleep, but now I do. And then Slug says, and now we're all caught up again. And that's the choose your own adventure game. Walking in my mom's neighborhood at, I don't even know what time it is now. Is it at past 1? Does anyone know what time it is in San Diego right now? I have no idea. I have no concept of time. All I know is that I haven't finished this drink that I started an hour and 10 minutes ago, the same beverage. So those of you asking if I'm inebriated, the real answer is no. I'm just a clown. I'm just a clown. And it's the middle of the night. And this is when my powers come out, because I'm like a werewolf of art. And when the moon is full, you cannot keep the artist inside. I must come out. I must come out and pursue the night and let you all know that you all have a beast inside of you too, waiting to come out and paint a picture of your true feelings, of your true self. What is it? What is the art that you've been wanting to make, that you've been putting on the back burner, but now that it's late at night, you can be honest and tell us all what it is that you really want to do. What is it that you want to do with your life? What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What is it? Are you accomplishing your goals? Have you been? Have you been accomplishing your goals? Do you have everything completed that you want to do in this life? Are you still figuring it out? What? What is it? Okay, wait, going back. I see a lot. Wow, damn. There's a lot of comments. Okay, hold on. Where are we at? Okay. Mr. Simple Knot says, I like these people. And Hoojub says, flabbergasted. And Slognog says, oh, San Diego. And Hoojub says, 144. Oh, shit, is it really 144? Damn. Certified says, can I get a beer? And Tay says, let's get a bed canvas and make some art with the art teacher. Body paint. And Mr. Simple Knot says, and then John says, aren't we all clowns? And Mr. Simple Knot says, yes. And Hoojub says, creatures of the night? And Hoojub says, oh. And Taylor says, tosses beer to certified quality. And then Cass says, where is your caretakers? And certified quality goes, and then Slognot says, to be honest, I always wanted to do PG-13 things with a cucumber. And Dustin says, crazy. And Asimka says, you look like a clown. And Jay Roberts says, I'm sleeping. Smash. And then Tay says, this girl needs to get in my bed now. And then Crazemeyer says, Granny, please stop. Please stop. Please. Granny. Wait, let's say it in a granny voice. Granny, please stop. Granny, please stop. Granny, please stop. Granny, please stop. Granny. And then John says, and I think that's where we're all caught up. We're all caught up there. Wow. You know what's crazy? This is my third stream of the day. And I think this might be my most successful one and maybe my shortest one. I think everyone just is live at night. I wish I could go live every night at this time. But, that's the benefit of being a teacher on Summer Breakdown. Look at that beautiful ass palm tree behind me. Look at this. Does this make me look rich? If you want to be as successful as me and be with the palm trees, then you just have to follow this simple advice. And that is just be yourself. Don't let your parents tell you what to do. Because if they did, you would end up not feeling like you. Do I have a booger? I might. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't see it. I can't see if I do or not. But everyone does have boogers. So if I do, don't judge me. Because you have them too. Okay? It's part of being a human being. Let's see. Tay says, let me bend you over. Jesus. And Hujeb says, this is my first time. I'm loving it. And John Roberts says, I love palm trees. And then Mr. Simple Nut says, maybe. And Hujeb says, yes. And then John says, but what if you're a bank robber? And then Hujeb says, we got a runner. I better run. Oh my God. Are the cops after me again? Oh no. I'm caught. They got me. I just want to say, Mom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a disappointment to you. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have been who you wanted me to be, but I just can't because I have to be me. And this is just who I am. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I am who I am. 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 And you either love me or you hate me. I don't give a fuck because I'm still gonna be me no matter what you think or what you say or what you do. I don't care because I am me no matter what, regardless of you. So it's okay. Be yourself and I'll be me, and it's okay. And when we come together, that's okay too. And it's even beautiful. It's all right because we make beautiful things together and make each other realize things about each other that we did not know on our own because we expand each other's perspectives in life. Dude, what the fuck are we doing here, you guys? What the fuck even is? What is this? Like, seriously, you guys, like, tell me. Like, seriously, like, what are we doing? What are we all doing here? Like, you know, right? Like, this has to be like some sort of joke, right? Like, you guys know and you're just like not telling. There has to be some reason why we're here right now, right? Like there has to be some reason for all this, right? Like, we wouldn't just be here for no reason, right? like seriously, what the fuck are we doing? What is this? What the fuck are we doing, you guys? Like, seriously, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, okay, wait, going back in the chat. Oh my God, you guys have been so chatty. Thank you so much. This is so funny. Okay, John says, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friends' noses. And then David says, you know what? My girlfriend just got win lottery. And I just got break up with her last night. And FFF Lulip says, you're from Portland. And John says, and then David says, not really. And Saul says, what time is it over there? And FF Lip says, what's the gayest thing you've done today? And then David says, why you been acting so crazy? Or are you really? And then Saul says, what are you drinking? It's actually a Boochcraft. It's a cherry lime Boochcraft. It's a hard kombucha. And I've been drinking the same one for an hour and 22 minutes. I broke character for a sec to answer that. Okay, and then I just really like Boochcraft. I just really wanted to answer that. Okay, and then David says, no, hold on. John says, the Twilight Zone. And FF says, Nev. And then Saul says, I'm at work drinking a Pacifico. And then Adam says, hello? And then Hujab says, there is no spoon. And then Adam says, how's the beef? And then Hujab says, Chicken Little, the sky is falling. And then Adam says, enjoy your summer break. And then John says, we're taking a leak. And then David says, you seriously? It's okay? And then Mr. Simpleknot says, and then John says, fucking Looney Tunes, mate. Oh, am I Looney Tunes for you? Am I Looney Tunes? I think it might be time for another tap dance. I think it might be time. And then David says, you can't handle just one tin beer. Oh, God. And then John says, and this can vote. And then, yes. Nut job. Oh, John says, new generation are fucked. And Jimmy says, and Jimmy says, you're hilarious. And Adam says, this woman's work. And David says, it's beautiful. And Jimmy says, LMAO. And John says, dance, dance. Sorry, my nose is running. And Certified says, wow, you guys. David says, I just love it. Oh man, I don't know. I might have, my nose might be running because I might have allergies. I'm allergic to dogs, and I was hanging out with my mom's dog earlier. Oh, all right. But David said, what's broke you, ma'am? And Hujub says, so good. And then John says, I sneeze like a Shih Tzu. That's funny. I feel like if I did it, my snot would really actually leave my face. But yeah, I'm allergic to dogs, and I forgot my allergy pills. Oops. I feel like I'm actually getting to the point where I would like to eat more food, which probably means that it's time to enter a new phase. Here's the problem, though, you guys. My mom is sleeping, and now she sleeps with the door open. So if I make noise and wake her up, she's gonna be so fucking mad because she has to work tomorrow morning. Dude, my mom is 73 years old and she is still working. She's a working woman. She works for a law office doing people's wills and trusts. So I cannot wake her up, or all those people are going to die with no wills without saying what the fuck is going to happen to all of their things that will happen if I wake up my mom. I cannot wake up my mom. Okay. Oh shit. Hujub, do you have a Zantac? I need a Zantac. Snort a Zantac. You'll be all right. Snort a Zantac. Where the fuck am I gonna get a Zantac? What the fuck? Where the fuck am I gonna get a fucking Zantac? Okay? Where? It's like fucking 2 a.m. You have a Zantac? Are you gonna bring me a Zantac? Where the fuck is a Zantac? And then John says, okie dokie, Smokey. And Cass says, beaver, 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 beaver. Yeah, take that, everybody. Look at all those fucking beavers. They're gorgeous, Cass. They're so pretty. And then Desita says, I have one. And then, I swear I just heard something. Oh my god, spiderwebs. I'm walking through the spiderwebs. Leave a message and I'll call you back. I'm walking in the spiderwebs. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Oh fuck it, there's a car coming. There's a car coming. And it's all your fault. I screen my phone calls. No matter who calls, I screen my phone call. Okay, the car turned down a different street. What the fuck is that person doing out right now? 2 a.m. on a fucking Wednesday to Thursday. What the fuck are they doing? Like, this is suburbia. No one is awake right now. Okay? The street is dead. Everyone is sleeping except for me because I live in LA. I'm from LA and I'm here visiting in San Diego, where I'm from. And I'm from here, but these people don't get me, they don't relate to me anymore because I like live in LA now, and I'm like a Hollywood star, and like they don't get it that like Hollywood stars don't sleep at night. Like we just don't sleep. We just like stay up and like our stars, and they're all sleeping, and we're like stars shining in the sky, and they just like can't see us unless they're on Netflix, and we're on Netflix, and if we're not on Netflix yet, then they won't see us. So I gotta get on Netflix so they can't all see what the fuck is happening. Okay, so tell Netflix. Tell Netflix that it's time. It's time for my show. Okay? Like you guys all need to tell Netflix. Hoojup says, karaoke night is letting out round this time. And John says, California just had an earthquake. And then Cass says, love your jacket. And Topsy says, tweaking. And Deceit says, let's play a game on stream. And Adam says, you think these people will respect your sleep? Come 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Oh, shit. And then John says, what did one earthquake say to the other earthquake? And Adam says, they will be banging pots and pans at 8 a.m. sharp. And John Roberts says, it's not my fault. That's pretty funny. I like that. That's a good earthquake joke. And Lucky says, quit yapping. All right, Lucky, what would you rather do? What would you rather do than hear yourself yapping? Because I'm just reading back your comments to you. So obviously you think that you talk too much. So what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do? Yap, yap, yap. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about your yapping? What would you like to do? What would you like to do? Okay? What would you like to do? Deceit says, LOL. And John says, thanks. And Zena says, hey, so what should I do about the crusted pee on my carpet? My husband will be home soon. And then, and 60 says, are you a trans homosexual? And Lucky says, do a backflip. And Adam says, how was your date? And Zena says, mentally heal. And Lucky Street says, do something interesting. Okay, how was my date? I do want to answer that for Adam. It was great. I had a really, really nice date the other night. It was so good. Yeah, so we went to Bakari Silver Lake, and we ordered a million things. It's all like kind of tapas family style there, so you share everything. And this guy is so cool. Like, he lets me pick out everything. He wants me to decide everything. And it's been a long time, maybe never, that I've experienced this amount of, I don't know, respect, admiration, consideration. What's it called when he, like, puts me first? Yeah. A whole lot of that. I swear the neighbor's light just turned on, so I gotta be careful, you guys. I don't want to get arrested. Are they spying on me? I feel like they're spying on me right now. I gotta walk this way, okay? Guys, don't tell on me, okay? Don't tell on me. I don't want the cops to call. Get called on me. I can't. I'm a teacher, you guys. I'm a high school teacher. Like, don't. Come on. I'm just a high school teacher on summer break. Come on. Okay, anyway. So the bill came. And you guys, I swear at this date that I saw the check. And like, I was trying not to look, but also look, you know? I was trying to make it look like I wasn't looking. I swore it said $446 for dinner. Like, what the fuck? And I don't know, like, maybe I saw it wrong. Maybe it was just 146 and I just saw it wrong. But I looked back at it twice. And I swear the check said $446. So, cool. And I picked out everything. And we had dessert too, and it was so yummy. It was like this date cake with vanilla ice cream. It was so good. And I like really like him. actually like really attracted to him. And after the date, we kissed a bunch. And I like wanted to keep kissing him. And then he made a comment. He said something like, I can't wait to really hug you. And I was like, well, really? Because, like, when? Like, because you have work tomorrow? Like, I know he didn't want to be up late. And he was like, oh, yeah, we'll have to have a sleepover on a weekend sometime. And I was like, oh, interesting. Anyway, we've only been on 3 official dates. And then he came to my art show, too, and bought some art for me besides that. So that's the progress so far. It's been pretty innocent. Like, we've just held hands and kissed. It's been pretty cool. So, and he has a lot of money, and he pays for us to go on these really fancy dinners. So that's fucking awesome. I'm, like, really into that, honestly. It's just, like, making me feel so good. Anyway, okay. Xena says, trans. And M60 says, you're a psychopath. And John says, trans am. And Adam says, should have asked him to come down to San Diego, or is it too soon? Dude, okay, so here's the other thing about this guy. He's a workaholic. Like, I can just tell, like, we've hung out 3 times in, like, a month because, like, all he does is work. And then also at home, like, he takes care of his mother, who's 93 or 94 years old. And he said she's still, like, independent and, like, cooking and going to the store by herself and all this stuff. But, like, in the evenings, I think he feels like he has to be with her. Unless one of his sisters, he has 3 siblings. He says his 2 sisters are, like, pretty good at being with the mom. So, like, they trade off responsibility. But basically, someone is always with his mom, who's 93, who is, like, even though she's older, like, has still been able to take care of herself. So, his sister who lives in OC, he said that the mom will be with her some weekends, and basically that's when I should come over to his place. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, okay, going back to the chat. Adam says, chivalry. And John says, run! And then Mystery Bot says, twisted butt cheeks are farting on moon love of the autistic Jews. And then, by the way, if I use that and get famous, I'm keeping it and you can't sue me. And then Mysteries says, oh no, it's just exclamation points. Ooh. And then John says, I have a reservation with the bathroom. Be right back. And then Katya says, she's the wrong number. And then Z says, no way. And then Adam says, are workaholics addicted to workahol? How old is this gentleman? He's 62. He's a little bit old. He's 20 years older than me. And then YM says, I thought I was having a dream that I farted and realized it was just you talking. And then Farts with Wolf says, penis or vagina. And then David says, I'm listening. And Mr. Simple says, cheers. And David says, okay. And Wait says, wait, you're 42? Yeah, I am. I'm 42. Do you know why I act like a child? Because I never had children and never got married. And that's what happens when you don't get married and you don't have kids. Then you're just a big child for your whole life. And you become the black sheep of your family. And everyone tells you to grow up all the time. But guess what? You look way younger and you're beautiful. And everyone thinks you're hot and likes you. And you become famous. And then your family's like, oh, but can we, like, borrow money from you because you're, like, so rich and talented and successful now? And then you're like, remember when you thought I was such an idiot for not getting married and having kids? Well, look at me now. I'm gorgeous. I'm beautiful. Eat it. And that's just life. That's just life. And David says, hi, I'm Mohandas Karan Chandi Gandhi. And Adam said, I thought you were 30. And Z says, and Adam says, you look young. And Wyam says, she farted, LOL, pow. And then Adam says, you have a grown-up job. And John says, I am 60 and I have a twin sister. And Adam says, and at your own place, what more do they want? And Mr. Simple Dot says, you look 36. And 030 says, definitely what I expected from someone with blue hair. And then David says, yes, you are, ma'am. And then Cass says, I would smash that shit. And then John says, we turned 60 May 9th. And then Ronald says, YTL is fucking worse than /B. And then Z says, ooh. And then BG says, have another drink, Lady Beaver. And then Melissa says, shalom. Shalom indeed. Shalom. I love that. And then David said, what are you, ma'am? Wow, I love that crazy look right there. Should we do that again? And then YM says, my cock hurts too. Good one. And John says, oh no. Oh no, John Horse says, that's what he says. And that's it, you guys. Oh no. I didn't want to waste any. But that's the end of my drink. And then, oof. Shit's getting dark in the chat. This is what happens after hours, you guys. This is what happens after hours. People start getting nasty. It's interesting. How many people do you think would actually go and murder somebody if there were no consequences? How many of you guys? I wonder, is that something you fantasize about? And do you think that is okay? You think that makes you a good person? Like, are you hearing yourself right now? Are you hearing yourself? Like, for real, are you, read back what you wrote, and, do you, really, that's what you want people to think about you? For real? Is this all simulation, or is it just real anyway, Z8 asked, where am I? I'm in San Diego right now, in front of my mom's house, on the street outside, because I wasn't ready to go to bed, and she was going to bed, and I wasn't ready to stop playing. I forgot this is over. Okay. It is officially time, you guys, to switch to Agua. BGEE says 50% of people out there probably can't control their temper. And you know what? That's probably true. And then John says, not left home yet, Dad. What do you mean not left home yet, Dad? I don't even know what that means. And then Z says, are you a rebel? And then Jim says, show your beaver. Show your beaver. And Cass says, subbed, you're a gem. And then David says, go to sleep. Take rest. Okay, you guys. I think it's time to have a serious talk. I think we need to get real right now. YM says, If you're a donkey, ate my rooster, would it be fair to say that you had 2 feet of my cock in your ass? And then John says, stand on a landmine. And then Destroyer says, just got here. And you were like, whoa. Okay, serious talk, you guys. This is serious. This is a serious talk. You guys, what the fuck is going on? Like seriously, like what are we all doing here, you guys? Like what is the purpose of life? Why do you guys think we're all here? Like, do you think that we chose this? Do you think that did you choose to be here? And cause I heard somewhere, someone told me that before we were born, we chose this life. Like, we chose our parents, we chose our siblings, we chose our best friends. Oh my God, there's someone coming. Oh my God, it's a cop. It's a cop. It's a cop. It's a cop. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're after me. They're after me. They're after me. Oh my God, they're after me. They're after me. They're after me. They're after me. Oh my God. They're Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Okay, they left. They left. Okay, but seriously, what the fuck is the point of all this anyway? What do you think? They're coming back. Oh my God, you guys, they're coming back. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Oh my God, you guys. They got lost looking. But for real. But for real, what the fuck is going on, you know? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on, you guys? I'm scared. I'm scared, you guys. I'm scared. The Goat 99 says, is you making my money, babe? Not yet. I'm trying to get to my 3,000 watch hours, to be honest. Yeah. And it seems like the night streams are pretty good. Like, people are looking for entertainment pretty late. And it just so happens I'm out here visiting my parents. And that is the scariest tale of all. Let me tell you, little ones, the story of the divorced parents. The scariest monsters in all the land. And then also, that's why I'm probably single with no children, because my parents fucked everything up for me. But in doing so, they also made me super successful. I'm super successful, you guys. I'm so successful. I'm so successful. Cold says that I look like a child predator. Cold, I'm actually a high school art teacher on summer break. That's like for real. This is what high school art teachers do. We're just so tired. We're so tired, and the kids make us so crazy. We just don't know what to do. Kevin says, the scariest monster in the land is in your pants. And then John Roberts says, I'm falling asleep. Have a good night. And then Gareth says, oh, snap. And BGE says, at least you received 2 sets of presents. Yeah, except my dad doesn't give me shit. Because if he does, his wife will kick his ass. For real. Like bad. Like it's fucking bad. She fucking hates the fact that my dad had another family before her. She hates that I have the DNA from my mom. She looks at me and she just sees my mom. It's fucking weird. Like she thinks that my dad is cheating on her with me. Like it is the fucking weirdest shit ever. So my dad, if he does give me anything, he has to like sneak it. It has to be like under the table. Like he gives me some cash when I see him. And guess what? I saw him today. And he did not sneak me cash. But he did buy me a Dole Whip ice cream cone for $10. So that happened today. So take that. People that said my daddy wouldn't give me anything. He got me an ice cream, okay? So I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right because my daddy loves me. Okay, going back in the chat. Let's see. Asaj says, I understand. Jenny says, hiya from Queensland, Australia. Oh, wait, I need to do this in a different accent. I need to do that in an Australian accent. Hold on. So, hiya from Queensland. No, that's not Australian. Hold on. What? Hiya from Queensland, Australia. Love your humor. It's refreshing. And Adam says, my high school art teacher's breath smells like a full litter box. Ew, that's so gross. And then Dirty Deed says, oh, snap. And Garrett says, so are we naked right now or just me? And Destroyer says, whoa. And Garrett says, take it off, take it off. Take it off. And Full Deck goes, huh? And Adam says, where's your mom? Dude, she's sleeping. She's been sleeping for like the last hour and 52 minutes. And Garrett says, $10 for an ice cream? What the fuck? Yeah, we were at the San Diego County Fair. That's how much it cost. And BGEE says, art teachers are the latchkey kids of yesteryear. And Gareth Strum says, ooh, daddy loves you. Wink, wink. And Full Deck says, that is so true. My kid's dad's wife is like that. My kid's dad's wife, brother's mom's sister's girlfriend is like that. My cousin's husband's second cousin, once removed art teacher is like that. And then Grady says, if your panties wet and clean this morning. And then Destroyer says, you sure you're not a theater arts teacher? And then Gareth says, San Diego. Just like Anchorman. How the fuck do I have 20 people on this stream right now, you guys? This is so dumb and so ridiculous. Thank you all so much for joining me in the middle of the night on my mom's street, outside her house, acting like a fucking buffoon. This is so, so fun and silly. I fucking love summer break. I love summer break. I love summer break. I am a teacher on summer break. I am a teacher on summer break. It is time for a tap dance. It is time for a tap dance. For I am a teacher on summer break and I am a teacher on summer break. And it's time for a tap dance. And it's time for a tap dance. Oh. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? And then, oh yeah, wait, Gareth says, Winka, man. And Time says, most likely theater arts teacher for sure. And then BGE says, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? And then Satan, woo, hi Satan. Satan says, back in high school days, me and my art teacher had a thing, but never went further than kissing and some rubbing. I think I'm gonna look her up. And Gareth says, I just like your vagina fall out. And then Timma says, oh, she gone, huh? And Dirty Clean says, tippy-tapping. And Timma says, probably still grippy, though. And Destroyer says, it's the bevel and the flick of the think of the flick. What the think so am. And then Dirty Clean says, I know that tune. And BGE says, are you sure you're not stomping on all those large summer teats, on those large summer roaches? And Adam says, San Diego PD is known to shoot first, ask later. And then Gareth says, oh, you'll do it again. And Mr. Simplenut says, do it. And Hujab says, shit in my sink any day. And Dirty Clean says, wee, woo. And Time says, ma'am, can you not breathe on me? And then David says, where are you? And then BGE says, oh my God, you guys, the cops are here. They finally come. They're coming to get me. I'm running into my mom's. I got caught in a spider web for real. Oh no, there's another guy. It's coming. Okay. Walking in the spider webs. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Oh. It's all your fault. Ew. I swear to God, I have a spider fucking in my nose. What if a spider came crawling out of my nose right now? Would you guys be so fucking freaked out? Would that be the fucking freakiest thing you've ever seen if a spider came crawling out of my nose right now? Because there's a fucking spider in my nose. There's a fucking spider in my nose. It's about to crawl the fuck out. Do you see it? Do you see the spider? You guys don't scare the spider. Come on, I need it to come out of my nose. Like, I really don't want it to be in my nose. Like, come on, like, for real. Okay, and then, hold on, I gotta go back. And then, oh yeah, David, to answer your question, I'm in San Diego. And then BGE says, in high school, you were voted most likely to river dance. And Dirty Deed says, hi, or hello. And Satan says, I'm the only one without a gay boy voice element. And then Beth Ma says, good morning. I dig your vibe. And Mr. Simplenut says, ooh. And then Timma says, I feel violently violated. And Timma says, brother, what the fuck are you on? And David says, must be West Coast. And Adam says, I keep falling asleep and waking myself up with these raunchy bolsterous farts. That made me laugh. That shit was funny. And then Timma says, it's in your ear. And Adam says, you could fit 2 tarantulas in that sniffer. That's right, babe. You know I have them in there. They're just waiting to come out. But they're waiting for you. Are you going to eat them? Are you going to let them go and be your bathroom spider and eat all the bugs? I had a very, very sad bathroom spider story experience today. it was tragic. Tragic. I was taking a shower before the fair today, and there has been this daddy long legs that has been in my mom's bathroom for days, at least since I've been there. And sorry, I still have this fucking spider web on me. I swear to God, it's like probably karma for the story that I'm telling you right now. And I was in the shower, and the fucking spider, it had been on the outside of the shower, but then somehow it came inside the fucking shower. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, daddy long legs. Get the fuck out of here. And I tried. I took the shower curtain and I put it on the outside of the tub, and I shook it, and I shook it, and I shook it, and I shook it, and it didn't fucking get off. And then I had to put the shower curtain back in because otherwise I would get water all over my mom's floor, and then my mom would fucking kill me. But when I did that, the water eventually got the spider, and he went down, down, down into the drain. And I was like, I'm sorry. I tried to save you. Why? I tried to save you. Why couldn't you just go? I tried to save you. And that was sad. Let's have a moment of silence for the spider that died. All it wanted to do was live in the bathroom. And I tried to make it happen, and I couldn't do it, you guys. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Going back, I swear, I feel like I have a spider in my fucking hair now. I swear I walked in that spider web. I feel like they're all over me now. And I'm telling this story to daddy long legs. I feel like it's my karma. I'm just gonna, the spider, what if all of a sudden, like, spiders just fucking, like, came out of my hair, like a million of them, and they just all fucking crawled down the front of my face, like, while you were watching. Like, I'm being a clown and being silly, and then all of a sudden, like, all the fucking spiders just come down. That would be so fucking scary. Okay, so let's see. So Adam says, okay, you could fit 2 tarantulas in that sniffer. And then Sarah says, I'll eat them. And then Sarah says, yo, is your name Leandra? And then Adam says, I'm a bit of a daddy long legs. And then Satan says, every day we stray further from the light of God. And Adam says, did you just describe the itsy bitsy spider? And then Cass says, call me daddy long leg. And Soundwave says, be careful, it don't come up the toilet. Eee. And then Adam says, I have no doubt you walked into the spider web. And then Satan says, I'm guessing more men. And we're all caught up. And that's what happens when we get all caught up in the chat. You know what happens? What happens is we run out of the adventure because you guys are deciding what the adventure is. We all decide our own story. Life happens, and it's up to you to make meaning out of it. So, if I am a dork, then what are you? Then what are you? Take a look at the mirror and realize that when you look at a mirror, what you see is yourself. You see yourself in the mirror. You see yourself. And Adam says, did you hear about the promiscuous Amish girl? No, dude, please tell me about that. That sounds really funny. And then Koss says, no, she's not Mormon. And Adam says, she slept with 3 Mennonites. Dude, what the fuck? Wait, you have to tell me the bigger story there. I actually dated someone who came from a Mennonite, his mom. I dated someone whose mom came from a Mennonite family community. Huber says, why whisper, you a big girl? And then Alex says, hello. Why whisper? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you not see that it's fucking dark outside? Do you not see that it's, look at the sky. Like, look at the sky. What do you think people are doing right now? What do you think people are doing right now in my mom's neighborhood in San Diego? What do you think they're all doing? You think they're all up fucking partying at 2 a.m.? No. These are suburban people. These people are all working really fucking hard. Okay? So we have to make sure that they stay asleep, because otherwise this community is ruined. Okay? The whole thing's off. If they don't stay asleep, the whole thing's off. I get arrested and go to jail, and they are cranky for work. Okay? So we need to keep everyone fucking happy. Okay, Adam says, she slept with 3 men a night. What? Like, what? Like, were they like kind of a foursome? Like, it kind of sounds like maybe the 4 of them had a relationship going. Is that true? And then Huber says, paranoid. And Hugh Jib says, cooking meth. And Blab says, are you out selling your booty on the corner? And Roland says, that's messed up. And Huber says, I see the points. And Blast says, put your finger in your butt. And then Adam says, that was the pun. And then Adam says, Mennonite. Night. Oh, good one, Adam. That's fun. And then Adam says, I'll see myself out. Now, I think you actually are the funniest one in this chat. And if no one else sees that, then they can go to fucking, well, to Satan's page, I guess, because he's been pretty active. He says, what if she wasn't able to hook up with the Amish? And Kaz says, I'll be a mod if I may. Kaz, I actually would love for you to be a moderator, but the problem is I'm streaming from my Prism app right now, not through YouTube, and I don't think I can make you a moderator from here. I'd have to do it through the YouTube app. And the only reason why I'm on the Prism app right now, because I knew I wasn't singing. Like, I've been using Prism to sing because YouTube's been blocking the music. But I tried to go on YouTube Live earlier, and the network connection was awful. It's so weird. Like, I don't know why it works from Prism and not from YouTube straight, but that's why. But so another time, I would love to have you be a moderator if we happen to stream on YouTube Live. Anyway, Roland says, we can go to hell. Yeah, we can if we want to. But we don't have to. We can do whatever we want. Right? Please promise me. Please promise me that's true. You hear it's quite lovely in hell. You know what's trippy? Dude, I dated this guy who swears, like, this is a real story. This is not a joke. I dated this guy who swore to me that the devil came to him when he was a little kid and was like, and that he was super scared, but he like gave his soul to the devil that day. And he was like a little kid, like 8. And the crazy thing is, like, I dated him on and off for 6 years. And I feel like when he was in my life, like, even though we had there was still good shit that happened for real. But I feel like it had there's like a toxic edge to all of it. And it's crazy. Like, I've looked back and I'm like, damn, he did tell me that he like gave his soul to the devil. Like, did I agree to have a relationship with the devil by going out with this guy? Like, for real, it just feels like, I don't know. And he said it before to me one time. Like, he was like, I feel like everything like everyone that I'm around, like every relationship that I have, like, I just ruin everything. Like, everything turns to shit. And it's crazy because now that it's over between us, I'm like, oh shit, like I think he was for real. Anyway, do you believe that's real? Do you think people really, really do like trade souls with the devil or something, or give their soul to the devil? Like that shit is crazy. But I don't know, like part of me is just like, oh well, he's just blaming it on that because he's just like fucked up and he knows he is. But then the other part of me is like, oh shit, like is he really fucked up because he really is like possessed by the devil? Is that just like a fact? Is that just a thing? Anyway, have you ever dated anyone like that? Because yeah. Anyway, let's see. Who says, I hear it's quite lovely. And Mr. Simple Knot says, I love your emphatic nature. And Satan says, how do you know you aren't in hell already? And then Adam says, tell me a tale of yourself so that I might know thee. And Satan says, it's called schizophrenia. You know what, dude? Like, okay, real talk. Not schizophrenia, maybe, but I thought that maybe he could have something because, or maybe this is just men, or maybe it's just men who have been like taken over. Sorry, I know it's really dark right now. I'm going back in my mom's house. I have to pee. I really hope I don't wake her up. But like, okay, well, I'll say this real quick before I go in. I know it's dark. I'm sorry, but like, I can't remember actually. Okay, let's go inside, and then we'll keep talking about this. Oh my god, so fucking loud. My mom's gonna wake the fuck up. This is not good. Okay, you guys, like seriously, like shut the fuck up. Oh god, the dog's fucking barking. Shh, doggy, shut the fuck up. Go back to bed. Okay, thank you, but go back to bed. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god, that was so bad. Go back to bed, doggy. Oh my god, you fucking kidding me. What the fuck? Oh my god. My mom is gonna be so fucking mad at me, you guys. This is so bad. Okay, I'm still here. I have to recycle my beverages. I'm recycling them in the recycle bin. I know you can't see me, but yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that was bad. Oh, wait, Goosey. Oh my god, is it starting to be light outside? You guys. The dog is like, the dog That's so nice. You care about me. Thank you. Thank you. Did you call the cops? Please don't call the cops. Please don't call the cops. Please. Oh, Cass, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay, guys, I think I really should probably go. It's been fun, but my mom, like, for real, has to work in the morning, and like this bathroom So see you on the flip side. Yeah, that's right. See you on the flip side. Yeah. Thank you so much. You guys have been so fun. I had a really fun night. I do want to take a shower, but it'll wake my mom. I gotta wait till the morning. I'm so gross, too. I went to the fair today. My face is full of sunscreen. It's so gross. Like, I don't even want to go to sleep right now with my face. Like, I want to at least wash my... Actually, I think I'm going to go back and wash my face. For real. Because my face feels so gross. But, you guys, like, I gotta end the stream. Even though it's been so fun. Unless you really want to see me wash my face. But, like... I really do need to wash my face for real. Like, it's so gross. And my arms are full of sunscreen, and so are my legs, because I went to the fair today, and it was really hot, and the sun was out, and I want to make sure that you know, that I want to make sure that I wasn't gonna burn. Does it look like I burned? Does it look like it? Because I might have burned a little bit. I wish I could shower. I wish I could. What the fuck's up with this little thing? Okay, yeah. I don't know, you guys. Alright, anyway. It's been real. You guys are awesome. I probably am gonna wash my face, but I really need to I need to call it so I can go to sleep. Unless you guys want to watch me sleep. Do you guys want to watch me sleep? Do you want to watch me sleep? Do you? Do you want to watch me sleep? Would that bring you joy? The sound of slumber sounds so nice. Maybe we should all just go to sleep, right? Job is ready to watch me sleep for that. Okay. I really do need to wash my face. And I'm gonna plug my phone in. It's been on a battery this whole time, which has been doing great, actually. Let's see if I take this off. Is it actually charging? I don't know if it is or not, but anyway. This battery has been amazing. Thank you, battery. Thank you, Satan. Thank you, God. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You know, it's because of you that we exist. So, yeah, that's awesome. All right, you guys. I'm just having so fun. It's hard to go, but I really am gonna go now. But you can watch me sleep